Yeah, they were drugging me a lot, so I had to stop and restart again. Basically, I have never met any of law enforcement's BFF since I was a child, pretty much. The reason was mainly due to the fact that they're a whole bunch of lowlifes, and there's no reason for anyone to be meeting with anyone, especially not law enforcement's lowlifes. Lowlife friends in the family, people that they run sex schemes and money fraud with, things of that sort of nature, people that they're BFFs with, you know, um, I would never be around any of them ever since I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity as a child. Um, and it was to the point that for a fact that I'm telling the truth is due to the fact that the one setting that law enforcement tried to frame me for in the year 2023 was a wedding. And in that wedding, I was not present in. I can guarantee you that much. And the people who were never questioned about a single thing. People like Sohaib and Assad were never questioned about a single thing. And basically, what happened is yeah, ever since I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity, there's no way I was. My mother gained her independency around the same time, and law enforcement had been running their sex schemes and money fraud since 2001, which basically means that law enforcement sex schemes started with Uncle Joey from the year 2001. No one told me, but we know that the sex scheme started with Uncle Joey's in-laws from the year 2001 due to how aggressively law enforcement was. They were fighting for their sex scheme ads for Uncle Joey in the year 2023 at the funeral in November 2023. The entire year, law enforcement were basically running their money fraud as well. So that's what I was trying to say. So I haven't seen any of law enforcement's BFF since I was a child, regardless of the fact that law enforcement tried very hard for me to go and meet them multiple times in my life, and I refused each and every time. There's absolutely no reason anyone would want to meet any of law enforcement's BFFs. Trust me on that. All they do is run sex schemes and money fraud together. There's no reason for anyone to do so. Now, the last video, I had to stop it because they were drugging me so much in order to inhibit me from being able to talk. They do that a lot sometimes. Yeah, so I had to stop it for a second. But the thing is, law enforcement is basically guilty, and that's the reason I'm trying to make this video, and they know that that's the reason I'm trying to make this video. Law enforcement is guilty. I'm not. And the reason you know this is due to the fact that every single thing that law enforcement tried to frame me for, I was either not present, the crime or setting didn't exist, or it was a lie. You have the wedding incident from 2023. I was not present. I've been watched 24/7, never been heard uttering one word about this incident at the wedding, despite me being watched 24/7 since I was a child. People that were definitely present would be people like Sohaib and Assad. They would never be questioned a single question. Instead, law enforcement would cover over the incident only to find out about my triple brain savant and my powers increasing over time to try to find an excuse to murder me. Now, this incident literally proves the fact that I was never present in any setting ever again since I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity. And the reason you know that is due to the fact that yeah, I was not present there, and I was me and my mother and my sister are probably the only ones that were not present there, just like a lot of the other settings that took place, like Assad's sister's wedding in 2003. Yeah, so basically that was the first one, the wedding incident for 2023. They're drugging me so I can't talk. They know what I'm going to talk about, so they don't want me to talk. 2023, the wedding incident. Then you also have the November 20th false testimony. It might be true that my dad's greedy framer sisters made it, but law enforcement were planning on doing so right before I even went to Russia. Before November 9th, I told law enforcement about all the framings that they tried to do on me, and law enforcement went into a panic. They had Don't You Worry Child put on my YouTube. They went into a panic, which means that they knew that they were planning on trying to frame me very soon. So this was also another thing. November 20th, yes, it was by my dad's greedy framer sisters, but it was fully planned out by law enforcement. Then you have mid-January 2026, a child testifying 25 years later, 10-year-old child testifying 25 years later, that when we were in elementary school together, I said anti-government things to him when I was a child. Then you have a whole bunch of lies that my dad, the greedy framer, and his framer sister said early March before realizing who the government informant was. As soon as they realized who the government informant was, they literally just went into basically probably panic. And then, due to the panic, they started to try to do things like get me to marry their daughter. Both the spokesperson's mother and Fur, the greedy framer, did. And then you have to remember, Fur, the greedy framer, is my dad's younger sister, and she's sending me a porn star named Sunny Leon's picture with her name Farrah written on the bottom of it 3 times on the morning of March 7th, 2026, before she tries to get me to marry her daughter on March 9th, 2026. Thankfully, the other sister didn't do that, but she did try to get me to marry her daughter on March 9th, 2026. That's a spokesperson's mother. That would be really disgusting if she tried to do that. It was disgusting from her too. But the third one is like a 300-pound old fart. She tries March 10th sending me sexually explicit pictures without any shame of woman resembling her, and then every single day after March 10th, 2026. So you know these people knew about my brain savant. They knew about all the capabilities, and they knew about it, and they were trying to frame me due to extreme envy. And when they saw that too many of their lies were getting caught, like early March 2026, you have their lies getting caught that were pushed forward very aggressively due to extreme envy. And they're being pushed forward very aggressively, then they realize, oh my God, the government informant must have been the person handling the fabrication material. And I already admitted to them, confessed to them that these set of lies are lies as well that I'm saying about Hassan. So then they went into a panic and basically they'd already confessed to the government informant as these being lies, and now they, due to their panic, basically confessed to the entire world that they knew about my brain savant and the monetary potential for it.